No.
Oh, you let it go?
There he is. You find another one? Got it.
This video documents our rescue of large Plecostomus that survived the Texas winter storm of 2021 in our greenhouse 3, which was cut off and had freezing temperatures and incredibly high ammonia levels. Enjoy.
Okay, we're going to do some prep work, which consisted of removing this vat and some other vats down at the other end, so that we would have a clear shot at the plecos. But when I went to empty them, I found out they're loaded with scuds, and since scud demand is high, I decided to keep them. So we're going to work around that. While I was doing that, I found this, which is the remnants of one of the plecos that was not cold and ammonia resistant. Maya wants to eat the bones. Okay. I'm going to check. What we're going to do is make sure there's not one hiding back here, and then we're going to set a net up close to the other end where we think they are also. So I'm just going to poke around here and see if I can scare one out. They make a pretty good wake when they take off, so. I think we must not have any back here. Okay, I'm going to walk along and make sure we don't have any hiding under this liner that's fallen down. I do see some other fish in here. In fact, there's some there. Those look like Gambusia punctata, which is a species of Gambusia from Cuba. It's the blue-eyed Cuban Gambusia. And Cuba does get some cold fronts, so it doesn't surprise me so much that they made it. I think I saw some mollies a little earlier, which would be mollies that have genes from Poecilia latipana, our native molly, United States native molly, which is cold tolerant. Okay, I think we don't have any plecos to this point. Stormy, you want to go get that seine net for me? And we're going to get it set up. I plan on making these two gutters a lot deeper and using them as raceways, but I've noticed that mice have eaten holes in the liners. They come up under the center blocks and they ate holes, but I've got some tape, repair tape, and we'll fix those holes. Here, keep that. And let's stretch this out at least part of the way. Okay, Maya, move. Go ahead and put that pole outside like that. And need something to hold this up. This will do. Okay, theoretically, if a pleco decides to come down this way, he'll get caught in the net. We'll see. I think what we'll do is start down here where Carl saw one. And Stormy, where did you say you thought you saw them?
Up here.
Up here. Okay, why don't we do this? You get over there and we'll see if we can noodle around and find them. It's a dead plant. Okay, I'm beginning to think y'all imagined that. Did y'all maybe see that? Okay, I don't think there's one back here. Osa's just helping.
He's not a sheep herder, he's a fish pleco herder.
Osa, find the Plecostomus. Block. Ow. Something bites. There are some plate. That liner is down. They could be hiding back there. Ow. Fish bone. Found one? We'll catch it. Did he get you? You don't grab him by the side.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Okay, where did he go? You let him get away? Found some fire ants.
Shouldn't have disturbed them.
Well, I wouldn't have had to if you'd caught the Pleco. Is it back there, Maya? Good dog. I don't see any wake. Oh, that's a live mistress now. There's one. I don't know where he went. There he is.
A survivor.
Yep. Okay, did you put enough water in these buckets? He's a little big for that bucket, but let's... Tell you what, let's go put him up and we'll... And you're certain you saw another one?
I'm pretty sure.
We may be hunting for the Loch Ness Nessie, or maybe a Yeti, or something that doesn't exist. Let's go put him up, and I've got a bat for him.
Tell us about the conditions he survived.
Okay, he survived close to freezing temperatures in the water. I never detected ice, but since the outside temperature was down the teens and we weren't heating that greenhouse, I suspect the temperature was down in the 30s in the water. Then he survived a couple weeks. Let's see, I think it was around day 10 or so, or maybe day 14, that I finally got in and removed all the dead fish when you and Stormy couldn't stomach it. So I went in and gathered up all the dead fish, and ammonia levels were sky high. We're in greenhouse 2 now. Ammonia levels were sky high, and he somehow survived that, plus surviving the low temperatures. So he's a pretty tough fish. By now the ammonia levels are low because we have a bunch of plants growing in there and they've had time to catch up, and we got rid of the dead fish, except for that one Plecostomus I found today. Okay, we're going to put him in here. Turn the water up a little bit more. This is a cichlid breeding vat, and he's going to get a special designation. And I say he, it looks like a male. Yeah, it's a male. So he's going to go in here where he has nice warm water. It's supposed to get down to in the mid 40s tonight here, Texas weather. I think it's supposed to be back up into the 80s in a couple days. But we had a cold front blow through a couple hours ago. So anyway, he's going to get a special designation, and when I'm going to set up some big outdoor vats later this summer and deliberately spawn Plecostomus. We don't deliberately do it. They do reproduce in the sumps. They had a big Plecostomus orgy after Hurricane Harvey because we had to cut all the plastic out of the tops of the greenhouses to save the structures, and then we got 14 inches of rain, and that triggered spawning in the Plecostomus, and we're still harvesting youngsters from that set of spawning. But I'm going to set that male up with a couple females in a big vat and feed them up well, and then do a massive water change with cool well water to emulate cool rainwater. Oh, so it's not a snake. He's cautious about anything that looks like it might be a snake. And deliberately spawned this guy. Sorry about the ladder there. I was having to re-winterize the greenhouses this morning, so I closed up the tops that we take to cut those tops out and let cool air or let the hot air go out during the summer. And we had, you find another one? Okay. Stormy's vindicated. Maybe.
2 survivors.
Where is it? Is it in the net? Here, I'll see if I can catch it. No.
Oh, you let it go?
Okay, where all did it go? Did it get past here or? You should have caught it.
I should have caught it.
Let's see if it went all the way down here.
Oh, it's right here.
Found it.
Oh, somewhere right here. Cause it just hit my shoe.
Did it come this way or?
I don't know. I just felt it hit my shoe.
Oh, so it wasn't a Pleco.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was? Yeah. There's a dead one. Nope, that's not a dead one. That's just a branch that acts like a dead one. Okay, did it actually get this far down? He didn't go out that way again, did he?
Nope.
Okay. Let's start down here again and work our way. There it is. So there is one anyway. Got it. Is it the same? Is that how big that one was?
No, the other one was bigger.
Okay, so we have a third one.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that's the same one, I guess.
What?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about the first one.
Okay. You're just saying that. Okay, well, we're going to put this one up. This one's a little bit young to sex, but pelvic girdle, it looks like female to me. So we're going to go put it in that same vat with the other one, and then we'll just watch the next couple days and see whether we see any more in here. I may have to pump it down since Stormy missed that one.
What? No. You missed it.
Okay. Maya, you want a Pleco? So we have at least two, and it's this one. It looks pretty much female from above. Pelvic girdle says female, so I think we may have a pair.
Oh, that would be great.
Yep. Plecos are established in Texas, but only in the headwaters of some of the rivers where there are springs that come up at 70 degrees, 70 to 72 degrees year round. Yeah, I think that's a female. Okay, so we may have another one. We'll watch the next few days, and if we do, we'll harvest it. But we have at least two, and a likely pair. Definitely. What? Okay, Susie's yelling, I found another one. Water here. Another one increases the odds of having a pair. Did she catch it? Did you catch it?
Yeah. I know what this one goes to.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, it looks like a female from here. Yep, that's a female. She's had some rough time. Okay, so we have a trio, and I've got a 1,200 gallon vat that I will move them to temporarily. I'm going to keep the three in that 300 gallon cichlid breeding vat, fatten them up for a while, and then I'll set them up with some cinder block caves in the 1,200 gallon vat outside this summer. And then one day I will pump it down to just a few inches of water, and we'll run a lot of cold well water in. Cold, relatively speaking, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And that should trigger a spawn. But I'll put them in the vat and fatten them up for about a month before I do that. Looks like another female, Susan. This one's pretty definitely a female. I'll be throwing extra food into this vat for the cichlids to give more food for the plecos. They don't look like they're skinny. They've had a bunch to eat in there since they were one of the few surviving fish in there, although I have not been feeding that greenhouse at all. She has some scars on her, but she didn't come out unscathed. See? There she is in her new home. Too bad they don't eat duckweed. Somebody told me, an Australian subscriber told me that's $30 worth of duckweed in Australia. I may have to look at getting a business license in Australia and ship this stuff. I'd be wealthy, except for if it suddenly became valuable, it'd quit growing. So nature has a way of doing that to you. Okay, well, good pleco keeping. We have a potential breeding colony, male and at least one female. I'm pretty sure the little one's a female, and we'll get them going this summer.